Hey, I hope you're doing well. A couple of thoughts today on motivation and putting things in place that will keep you inspired and keep you working hard, keep you pushing, and maybe working harder than you normally would. And one of the biggest things for me, looking back over the last year and a half now, as I've been pushing and trying to play, good tennis for me again, is putting stuff on the calendar that I know is gonna push me. I'm very competitive, and I'm very driven by wanting to play well against a particular opponent, or show that I have what it takes, right? So when I see something on the calendar that I know is going to be a big challenge, it really pushes me to get on the bike, to do my yoga in the morning, to push a little harder when I'm on the court, training, to do more, serve reps when it's not the most exciting, it's a little bit more boring. So I put two things on the calendar just in the last couple days. I put a new training session with a new high performance coach on Friday, 2 days from now, and I'm really looking forward to that. I know it's going to be a big personal challenge to ramp up the intensity again, ramp up the. It's gonna be really hard. I mean, he's gonna push me way harder than I would ever push myself. That's another great motivation tactic, by the way, is just have the accountability of paying somebody to tell you what to do, right? A lot of people are motivated by that. And they won't get up and go to the gym without having that personal trainer waiting there for them, or an accountability partner waiting there for them to work out or to hit or to play a match or whatever. And that's the other thing that I put on my calendar for next week is a match. It's my first match in I think 3 or 4 months. First match at the new courts, first match of 2022, and that's a massive motivator for me because it's going to be recorded, it's going to be published on the internet. Those are other motivators. So you can see I'm stacking, motivators. I'm stacking things that I know are going to push me, that I know are going to light a fire under my butt. So the training session with the coach on Friday is going to push me physically way harder than I would ever push myself. And then knowing the match is going to happen next week is going to keep me consistent with my stretching, with my getting on the bike, at home, with going into hit. I'm going into hit right now with the ball machine. It's not going to be like a hard, intense training session, but just to get reps, just to get a little bit more timing, a little bit more rhythm, just to have that session in there for this week, so that I feel kind of comfortable for Friday with the coach. And so hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. I'm layering things on the calendar that I know, I'm placing them out there on purpose. And I've done this a lot over the last year and a half. When I scheduled that match with Ben, aka Most Exhausting Player, that was a huge motivator for me because I knew the big chunk of the internet wanted me to fail, wanted me to lose, and I was prepared to lose, mentally, psychologically, but it was such a huge motivator. I couldn't not practice, I couldn't not train and get into good shape. I could not prepare because it was just very important for me personally to present myself in a positive light, for that match. I wanted to prove that I could do it and I could beat this challenging opponent. So I've probably over the last 4 minutes here thrown out a half a dozen, different things. Accountability partners, hiring a coach, hiring a trainer, scheduling competitive matches, and then using those things as carrots to then schedule other things that are, a little bit lesser, and then kind of have to build, the whole motivation or inspirational structure. If you do that, and it's not just you and your willpower every day, whether or not you're going to get out of bed and get on the bike or stretch or hit or play a match, and if each individual day is its own challenge, and you don't have anything on the horizon to inspire you and push you and be motivating, force, then it's hard. It's hard. There's just no way about it. There's no two ways about it. Like, it is hard to stay motivated if you don't know yourself and you don't take action to do things that are going to more or less force you to do other actions. You have to kind of be strategic about that, or else you probably won't put in the work. There's not many people that are just naturally, motivated to get up every day and put in the reps and put in the work. You have to figure out what works for you. So the things I've just laid out are things that work for me. Think about it for yourself. What would kind of scare you a little bit, like almost kind of like scare you into action if you scheduled it or planned it or told somebody you were going to do it, or whatever it is. Think about that a little bit, and it'll help push you forwards. Thanks for watching. More updates soon. Take care.